Okay, so now talking about the structural holes, which actually now we move into more strategic way. How we will use all of this knowledge to create our network, use our time in create these ties, and have power. Have you ever think about that? That your network is actually your power. Remember your social capital. The fact that you strategically take resources from one network, one group, and move it to another, that is start creating you as a center of power. And there is a theory called structural holes, which is very interesting. If you are the center of 3 or 4 networks, and you are the reason that this network can connect to this network, you creating that power. The more holes are around you, the more power you will have. If you are in a network that everybody knows each other, and in order to connect with this person, I only need to make a phone call, your power will be less. So the idea of these structural holes is you have to use it as your advantage. Once you create and understand your network and understand these structural holes, you understand your power, and you can leverage your career. And then when you talk, you also can negotiate your network. You know, I know this person, and I can help you. So you at the same time you leverage. Another thing you can do is you can mentor people in order to create those structural holes. I help you to move there, I help you to move that. In fact, you start moving things around, and then suddenly you have that power that you weren't even expected to have it. Now, there is a lot of theory about mentorship. I am a big fan of mentorship. It was interested in one of the speeches of Baron, who is a social scientist. He mentioned that a good mentor is the one who actually helps you with your network. If a mentor, very interesting, he's very strong. If a mentor do not help you with any connection, is not a good mentor. In fact, it shouldn't be called a mentor at all. So that was make me think about the theories about mentorship. So my advice is, instead looking somebody to mentor you, you start mentoring others. And this will create, remember, exceeding the expectations, this will create your own networks and activities. Use your skills to attract and support others. Try to understand and match all those networks. One of the groups I belong to a club, woman club. It's very interesting because it's not really it's not a strong match in personalities, but I was trying to find my place on understanding and belonging to an interesting group that I really want to belong. Geographically, we are very close, and basically, as any woman, we have some interests in common. So I decided, you know what, I have a technology skills. Let me help them create the website. Let me help it take it. So I started introducing my knowledge in technology, and I think they appreciate that. And I started being part of the community. It took a while because there are different kind of personalities. There is an age gap as well. But it was part of the community, and then I understand them, and we have some goals, similar goals. There's another network. So then I have all these networks here and there, and the fact that I am center of power, I can actually leverage myself. Sometimes I talk with one person, one network, I think about that, and I go into another network, and I try to make that connection. And that creates the leverage in your careers. Now, there is the important thing about these structural holes is you need to think about the ranks in the organizations. You need to think about the possible problems that you have, because when you're talking about collective cultures, those structural holes don't work in that way. So there is other situations about cultural relationships and hierarchy that it will affect that theory. But I believe that it's very useful to understand you, especially how you leverage your power and then manage the information. Now I want to talk about other topic in the next. I want to talk the possible mistakes that you may do when you try to create a strong network.